I'm here because I am a roaring lion crying out righteousness. My grandfather had 17 children. My father had 9 children. Black women, before Dr. King, before the Montgomery bus boycott, before all that civil rights stuff, Jesse Jackson and all that crowd, even though black men had menial jobs, and many of the, even during the slave cabins, I'm gonna tell you something. I can tell you because I know. Black men, even though they worked all day plowing the fields, working out there in that hot sun, but when they get home at night, the wife would have a good pot of beef stew, some cornbread, and some rice, and in the morning, have a slab of meat skin and some molasses and some fluffy biscuits just before we go out to the field to work. And during the lunchtime, a bucket also of peas and corn and cornbread and stewed chicken and a glass of big half-gallon jug of water. You sit right there in the cotton field, right there in the back of the field, and drink that ice cold water, eat that corn and rice and stewed chicken and in the cotton field. You didn't eat no table. You sat right there in the cotton field and ate it. But then that man would come home at night. He done worked all day tired. He done worked all day. But after he had that meal, all right, the children go to bed, lights go out, he and his woman get in the bed, and man, talking about having sex. Woo! Even that man that worked all day, when he gets that woman in that bed, and he gets roused up, the strength that comes out of him, I mean, he gets this, well, I hope this don't bother y'all. I don't mean to be ugly or anything. And because I don't ever want to do that, but sometimes I say some things, some people are very sensitive and they get upset about it, but I'm trying to make it real. I'm trying to make it so people can understand it, put it down where people can get it. But if you're bothered by this, please forgive Pastor Manning. But when he get in that bed that night, he's stiff as a board. He stays stiff all night long. I'll tell you something. My grandfather, I'm talking to Grandpa Charlie, he and my Sarah had 17 children. I mean, my God, 17 children. I mean, that's a child every year. He's stiff as a board. And that woman, my grandmama got Lovin all night long. And they get up in the morning and fix some meat skin, some molasses, and some biscuits. And he'd go to work, but he'd come back. And years ago, black men used to get their worth from their work. And the harder they work, the stiffer they work. Lord have mercy, Pastor Man, you're offending us. You're talking here and there. You're talking stuff that we don't think you should be saying. Please forgive me. Please. The harder that man worked at night, during the day rather, the harder he worked at night in bed. Lord have, and everywhere you look, people had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 children. Some had 12. Everywhere you look, the place was lousy with children. This one man and one woman making 10 children. That woman used to get good loving at night. But now, look at these men. Look at those 3 men you saw sitting up there in that barber shop with their no socks on, done dyed his hair blonde. He couldn't get it up if somebody raised the price for him. Listen, okay, so now I'm going to ask y'all to forgive me. All right, I'm going to ask y'all. They can't even wee straight. They can't bring no satisfaction to a woman. They can't please. But years ago, men used to be, woo, and women used to, Lord have mercy. They didn't have much. They didn't have much money. Women didn't have a whole lot of fancy clothes. And listen, years ago, I saw this with my own eye. Women didn't have to wear tight skirts to get that man aroused. I'm tell you now, Lord, you got to listen to Pastor Manning, because Pastor Manning knows. I'm going to tell you, the women used to wear dresses that were kind of big and, they didn't show very much. They didn't show the buttocks or the breasts or anything. They just kind of put them on like a sack. But let me tell you something. That man still got aroused. He can see. Joe Turner said, so wearing those dresses, the sun comes shining through. He said, I can't believe with my eyes that all this belongs to you. Wear those dresses, the sun comes shining through. Da 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 da. I swear to the Lord, I can't believe all of this I see belongs to you. They didn't have to wear tight dresses. They didn't have to wear. I look at these women on television. I mean, Lord have mercy. They wear these blouses where I guess they call it cleavage, right? Trying to show you something. Listen, women, I'm telling you, when in the good loving days, now you ain't want to get in bed with the man. In the good loving days, I'm talking about the good loving days, black man, when he was giving that woman good loving, he was giving that woman, and she was giving it right back. Lord, no, he was giving her, but she was giving it right back. She wasn't nothing. Listen, she was giving it right back. That woman knew how to love that man. That woman knew how to love that man. God, Lord, have mercy. She see him out there in the field working. He had no shirt on, right? Oh, Lord, have mercy. She be covered out, She see that man out there in the field. He ain't got no shirt on. He's sweating. His skin is shining. And she thinking about what's going to happen that night. Oh, boy, I'm getting in trouble now. I better leave this alone because I'm gonna say something after a while. Y'all going to say, Pastor, man, that's it. You done gone too far. So I better leave this alone. So here, but let me tell you something. Those days of good loving is gone. And now we got weak men, can't even pee straight, and always complaining and sick, and and I tell you the truth, it's a shame before God. Y'all don't know what the world used to be like. And I'm trying to pull your coat. Well, why is this happening? Because you got these liberals, these Democrats, you got these woke people. You got these woke people and these woke women trying to say, well, I can get good loving from a woman. You can't get no loving from no woman. You can get in bed with her, but you can't get no good loving. No. Hey, Pastor, man, it ain't for Obama's our first black president. Obama's our first black president. And listen, let me tell you something. Obama, listen, if you're gonna be a man before me, you gotta have some woman accuse you of trying to get next to her. So that's what men do. That Obama ran for president, not one woman raised her hand and said Obama tried to get next to her. There's a whole lot of women who said Obama tried to get next to some men, especially old white men out there in Honolulu, try to get next to them old white men out there. And listen, you'll get my respect. You'll get Pastor Man respect. You got to have at least one woman say you tried to get next to her. Okay, all right, then that means you. I know which road you go down. You go down the woman. But listen, I'm what I'm saying to you. You got to stop letting these liberals, these woke people, these critical race theory, these liberals, these homosexuals, you got to stop letting them destroy the manhood. You got to let them. And men need to be men again. That's right. And women need to be women again. And good loving need to be good loving again.